Hi there, hello, it's Thursday morning. I've just come on quickly to sort of have a think about what we can do when we find ourselves acting in a way that we don't like. Now, we've probably all got examples of things that have happened to us in the past or things that were said to us that we don't like, and then that we find ourselves doing exactly the same things. This is particularly true when we think about maybe stuff that was said to us when we were children. You know, that whole "don't come running to me with a broken leg," or there's a "if the wind changes, your face will stay like that." Yes, those types of things. And we think they don't make any sense, and we don't really want to be saying those to other people, other children particularly. But there are times in all of our lives where we do that without thinking. We're triggered by something. Maybe it's the toddler won't get into the pushchair and you've got to go and get the other child on the school run. And it's like, "Argh!" So what can you do at these times? There's a lot you can do. But I want to describe just a few very simple things, and I'm going to use the term mama, and by that I'm using the initials to mean that we may need to make a mental adjustment about where we are, and then we need to take mindful action. So that's the little bit to remember. And when I say a mental adjustment, what I mean is, first of all, we need to recognise that we're in that moment, that at that moment we don't like what's happening. And this is something I work with coaching clients with. We spend some time thinking about the types of situations that might trigger them into behaving in ways that they don't like anymore. So, but to begin with, you need to recognise it, and that's not always easy. So many times, afterwards you think, my word, why did I react like that? It was counterproductive. But at the time, it just happens. Your adrenaline's high, you're anxious, you're stressed, and that passes to other people as well. So you get into this conflict. So the very first thing to do is recognise it. So well done if you've done that. The second thing to do is break that chain. Pause the action for a moment. Now that might just be, the whole count to 10. Yes, there's a reason we say that, counting to 10. It might be just taking a few deep breaths, breathing in and out. And when we breathe in very deeply into our bellies and that the out breath is slightly longer than the in breath, then that helps to calm our autonomic nervous system back down, and we start to feel a bit calmer. So a few deep breaths can really help. We use this a lot in hypnobirthing, in mindfulness. It's a technique for everyday life. So pausing, counting to 10 and taking a few deep breaths. Then you need to think about what the objective is and whether it can be achieved in a different way. And thinking about, what it is you want to do, thinking about it perhaps from the perspective of somebody else, and thinking about how you can do this in a way that feels better for you and better for them. So this is the mental adjustment stage. Then you've got to do the meaningful action or the mindful action. And the very first thing is to often break the tension. Now, I find a brilliant way of doing this is just to dance or move your body in some way. Because what happens when we are like this and tense is that adrenaline is high in our bodies. And this is something that I work with women in all areas that I work with them. So it's a huge thing for hypnobirthing. It's a huge thing for breastfeeding women. And it's a huge thing for us in our everyday lives. If our adrenaline is high, our body is in that fight or flight type of response. And it's when we take deep breaths, we can start to calm the body. But by moving the body, we help to move that response out of our bodies a lot quicker. So moving our bodies. I have a song on my phone. It's Happy by Pharrell. And do you know what? If I can put that on before I need to do something, or if I'm feeling a bit glum, or and just move. And it doesn't need to be for a long time, just a few, a minute of dancing, leaping around, jumping up and down on the spot, whatever, can really help to get that adrenaline and that feeling of tension and fight and flight out of your body. So if you're dealing with that child in the pushchair, okay, and the child doesn't want to go in the pushchair and you've got to get to the school, actually you could spend some time, some minutes, struggling and battling and having conflict to get the child into the pushchair. Or you could take a deep breath, count to 10, and then dance for a minute with the child and then see if things are going to work a bit better. So yeah, approaching things from a different way, but actually just changing that mental attitude, changing your mindset will help the actions to flow more smoothly. So mental adjustment and then meaningful action. And then the thing is, this is great for in the moment, but if this is happening to you regularly, then we need to think about how you can be more replenished, nurture yourself a little bit more, be kinder to yourself so that actually reacting to others doesn't get you into that huge adrenaline spike. And that, again, that's something that I work with clients for quite extensively. We do a lot of work on finding out what's important to them, and then working on how to get those things into their lives and feel more nourished and nurtured. Anyway, I hope those few tips will be helpful. Have a great day.